Hey guys, just Gundam here with another Gundam review, and today I'm reviewing Builder's Parts System Weapon 002. Originally I thought this was an official release by Bandai, but upon further look, it's made by Japan Model. Whoever that is. Yeah, it's got the logo just similar enough to Bandai to fool you on first look, even though, it's kind of backwards, Daban instead of Bandai. But, this is still pretty cool. I'm not sure if these were like originally made by Bandai and then discontinued and someone else stole it and repackaged them, or they're just like a third party, construction. Either way, I recommend this, and you'll see why here in the, a minute or so. But just so you know, the English on the packaging is really, really funny. And I will be reading that at the end of the video. I will be reading all of the English on here. For instance, this beam rifle is a gelatin type. Ooh. Gelatin beam rifle. Sounds kind of delicious. Anyways, the basic idea here is you get all these different weapon parts for building different weapons from the Universal Century and variations of the weapons, along with a cool weapon holder. This being the second of a series of sets. So I'm going to review each one. And comes with a bunch of hands for your model kits. That way they can hold these weapons. Now me, I don't really like building. I love building, but I don't like building model kits. I don't like following instructions. Also, I am too much of a klutz. Model kits would have died a long time ago. So I collect the Mobile Suit in Action figure line, which is now dead, but I still love them. I'm always customizing and stuff, and I do stop motion animation with them. But these 1/144 scale weapons fit them quite nicely, actually, as you'll see. But these would work for your model kits, for your robot Damashi, your robot spirits. As long as it's about 1/144 scale, you'll be good. And it comes with hands. Something it came with also to note is these random extra parts. These weren't even in the instructions, oddly enough. This looks like the barrels of the weapon that the Unicorn Gundam has in its shield. And this looks, which would mean it's Zeon in origin. And this looks like the front of a Zaku 2 machine gun. My guess is that there's some kind of extra parts that come in each set for building something else. So the main line of this package is that it's a Gelgoog beam rifle. And so here we have our standard Gelgoog beam rifle, basically, being held by the version 1 Gelgoog MSA action figure. It's also got this little grenade launcher thing on the bottom, and the side handle. Those two parts are optional, which is quite nice. The whole construction is hard plastic. It's got a little bit of writing on it on the sides, caution, caution. You can take the whole thing apart. Think of this, if you're familiar with the UC Arms Gallery, which were metal, die-cast, and plastic. These are like plastic versions of those, only they didn't copy them to make them. They are quite nice. Just a comparison for the Mobile Suit in Action collector, and anyone else who cares. This is the three variations of the beam rifle compared. This is the extended MSA, this is the version 1 MSA. You can see the size is very comparable. The second beam rifle, which is really the true reason why I bought this set. I am trying to make a Mobile Suit in Action recolor of the Gelgoog version 1 to be, or even extended if I need to, of the Lost War Chronicles Gelgoog. And that Gelgoog has this beam rifle right here. And I wanted it. And I was like, where am I going to get that beam rifle? Well, here it is. Very nice beam rifle. It's, from what I could gather of the broken English on the package, it's got an extra, it's different to help with cooling, which makes a big difference if it's going to be used on the Earth. Not that I've seen this elsewhere on the Earth, only in Lost War Chronicles and a Gelgoog that was sent down for May. It was a little girl. You can see it's quite nice. It's got the optional piece right here to have it have, a stand. You can swap that out with this piece. It's just nice. Like I said, these come completely apart. They're very nice, though. I really Really enjoy that one. And that one I'll be keeping. I actually won't be keeping this one. I'll be throwing this one up on the eBay store along with this one right here, which now we will review. It is pretty cool having something like this. As the MSA action figure line had this beam rifle, but there was no option part for that. It just fit under like this. So it's pretty cool. I feel like the aiming reticle leaves a bit to be desired, but you can buy a little sticky mono-eye decal type things for those. These are pretty durable. Nothing broke as I was putting it together, which is always good. You know, one time I bought the part of the reason why I don't do model kits, rarely, is the ships. I started buying the ships, and they were breaking while I was putting them together, just their little guns and things like that. So I instead invested in the UC Cosmo fleet, which were plastic, soft plastic. The other cool piece in here is the axes, the Heat Hawks and things like that. So we have this huge Heat Hawk right here. It's extra large. It's got a very long stick, and the only downside of the stick is it's rather thin. Like, if this guy drops off your shelf, expect it to break. But still, it's quite nice. And here it's being held by the Zaku 2 version 1. Here I have another version of the axe being held by the extended MSA Zaku 2. And you can see this one's quite nice. This one actually can be changed around to be just the normal axe. This not being it, but an example of what the normal axe looks like. You can see size comparison wise, these are pretty good matches. This is the extended MSA version. Axe heads are different colors, just to show you which one is the extra. But it's pretty cool. All in all, these weapons are very nice. They're nicely detailed. Oh, almost forgot. So we have our weapon holder here, which also looks really cool, especially when you're looking at a space hanger like this one. This was built out of old VHS tapes, spray painted with lines etched in them. I got a tutorial on that, how to make a Gundam hanger for cheap. Really easy thing to do. This one I did, I used something different. I used old floppy disks as the background. But yeah, our weapons are comparable in size to the MSA. They should work just fine with your 1/144 scale model kits. They have hands specifically made for these weapons. You get 3 beam rifles, some extra parts, and 2 axes. You are not able to build all 3 axes at the same time. That's just kind of its downside. And as promised, bad English reading time! If you stop here, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, favorite, and subscribe, and check out my eBay store. Now I will read you the horrible English. There's a link for the eBay store down below, by the way. Illustration and picture on package may vary from true merchandise. Beam Hawk, beam rifle. At least I got the beam rifle part right. Daban model, builder's parts. So please read the instructions carefully. Hand parts for high-grade UC models are included. This stuff is fairly right. What we have here, large sword is favor to enhance Destrosis power snipping. Power snipping, yes. Hail to my power snipping. Assemble the long stick. It is favor to attack in middle distance. I thought it was for long distance, but okay. Beam Hawk, a portable close combat weapon of huge human form armament. Once the edge heat up, it can almost exert the power of melting metal. In addition, different specifications were made to meet different purpose. General type, this says middle distance wrestle type. Right there. Wrestle enhanced type. I didn't know these axes were for wrestling. This is just the general type. A HAW-shaped portable weapon for close combat. It can transform to 2 swords. Here we have our machine gun type, the beam machine gun for the Gelgoogs. Dartle cylindricious beam bullet. Compare with it pierce power. Its destructive power is strong and more excellent. The prototype 1, trial produced type. I got that right. In order to produce high output beam, it has separated cooling function. Gelatin type. It's going to be like the best. You're like, what gelatin? How did you come up with that? Why? Bowitzer can be mounted under the primal mass produced beam rifle of Xeon. The miniaturization of large megaparticle cannon, which was mounted on a warship before it was refitted rifle, which the MS can carry. In addition, in order to supply a fatal punch firepower, the appearance of it has great change in later. Can be placed on special weapons rack. Well, I got that one right. Yeah. A trial-produced type fatal punch snipe. Woo! Say that 5 times fast. A trial-produced type. I can't do it. Insert the long stick, large sword. Yep, that covers our bad English from Daban Model Company. But as bad as their English was, this was a good product. It really was. And I would buy it again. Absolutely. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. See you guys tomorrow.